Blake Lively scores a win amid her ongoing legal battle against Justin Baldoni. After the Gossip Girl alum and husband Ryan Reynolds applied for a protective order earlier this month to keep sensitive information from circulating to the public, a judge for the Southern District of New York has approved a modified version of the order.
Ryan Reynolds is jokingly calling out his wife, Blake Lively, for
win in court today for fakely. However, she shouldn't be celebrating too hard.
Hollywood's latest courtroom drama has taken a shocking turn. Blake Lively, the beloved actress, fashion icon, and queen of effortless charm, is now at the center of a legal battle gripping the entertainment industry. In a major win, Lively has had her latest legal request granted in her case against It Ends With Us director and co-star Justin Baldoni. But this is only the beginning. Lively is suing Baldoni over alleged on-set misconduct and an alleged post-film smear campaign, while Baldoni has fired back with a staggering $400 million
an attorney's eyes only designation. And the judge has granted that. Congrats to Taylor Swift. Of the judge's ruling, a spokesperson for Delulu says, quote, "Today, the court rejected the Wayfarer party's objections and entered the protections needed to ensure the free flow of discovery material without any risk of witness intimidation or harm to any individual's security. With this order in place, Ms. Lively will move forward in the discovery process to obtain even more of the evidence that will prove her claims in court."
Now, here's where the case took a dramatic turn. During a pivotal moment in the proceedings, the judge reportedly reprimanded Justin Baldoni for alleged misconduct, calling his behavior unprofessional and inexcusable. The ruling was said to include significant financial consequences, with Baldoni allegedly ordered to pay substantial damages to Blake Lively. The reaction has been sharply divided. Some fans view the decision as fully justified, while others argue Baldoni was unfairly targeted. So is there more to this story than meets the eye? And perhaps most intriguingly, what exactly prompted Blake Lively's noticeable...
Lively went to Sony Studios and said, if you don't go for my cut of this movie, my version of this movie, I will go out in the New York Times and accuse Justin Baldoni of harassment. And as we know, that is what happened at a later point. But if this is true, that she threatened Sony back then to go to the New York Times and accuse Justin Baldoni of these things, that is pretty...
So why does it feel like no one is talking to Justin Baldoni? Why is he doing press alone, appearing isolated in interviews, and reportedly being unfollowed on Instagram by Blake Lively, his co-star, the lead of the film he directed, and even, notably, by Colleen Hoover, the author of the original novel? What began as a professional on-set partnership has spiraled into a full-blown Hollywood legal nightmare. From harassment allegations to an increasingly bitter defamation battle, the drama surrounding It Ends With Us now feels bigger than the movie itself. Unsurprisingly, many observers are already drawing comparisons to the highly publicized Johnny Depp-Amber Heard case, noting similar patterns of public opinion, media narratives, and career fallout. Now let's talk about the moment that sparked a media frenzy: Blake Lively's courtroom smirk. According to eyewitnesses, just after the judge delivered a ruling unfavorable to Baldoni, Lively was seen giving what some interpreted as a triumphant, almost amused, smile. Was it simply a fleeting, human reaction, or something more calculated? Legal experts suggest the ruling marked a significant setback for Baldoni. The judge reportedly determined that the complexity and sensitivity of the issues involved require a tightly controlled discovery process. In practical terms, certain materials will be accessible only to attorneys, reducing the risk of leaks that could sway public opinion. That decision alone shifts the power dynamics of the case, and some believe Lively's smirk may have been her way of acknowledging a small but meaningful victory in a legal war that's far from over. Now on what those sealed documents might reveal. Could they contain explosive evidence that strengthens Blake Lively's case? Or might they expose a deeper, more tangled web of Hollywood influence and behind-the-scenes maneuvering? With every new twist, this legal battle is fast becoming one of the most talked-about scandals in recent memory. Social media has erupted with speculation. Some believe Lively's expression was nothing more than relief after a tense legal moment, while others are convinced it was a deliberate power move, a silent but unmistakable message aimed at Justin Baldoni and her critics. Adding fuel to the debate, several body language experts have weighed in, suggesting her reaction reflected a mix of confidence and vindication. One thing is certain, as the case unfolds, public scrutiny isn't slowing down, and neither is the fascination with what may come next.
There's no one talking to Justin. Why is he doing all the press alone? Why is he getting shunned in interviews? Why is he getting unfollowed on Instagram by Blake Lively, his co-star, and the lead of the movie he directed, and weirdly, Colleen Hoover, who is the author.
Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's on-set partnership has turned into a Hollywood legal nightmare. From harassment allegations to a bitter defamation war, the drama behind It Ends With Us is more than just a movie plot. And a lot of people are making comparisons between this case and the infamous battle between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Insiders say Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni were once on friendly terms, even collaborating closely on projects. But somewhere along the way, things reportedly took a sharp turn. Rumors suggest a major fallout tied to a film project sparked growing tension between them, with whispers of backstabbing and betrayal now circulating behind the scenes. What was once a professional partnership has allegedly unraveled into distrust, setting the stage for the high-stakes legal battle now playing out in public view.
Judge Lyman explains that the burden of discovery is not measured only by the number of pages. He emphasizes it is also determined by the complexity of the issue that discovery will present and the sensitivity of the documents that will be requested. The judge adds that if the court denies the newspaper's motion, Justin's team, who is also suing the New York Times in a separate $250 million defamation lawsuit, can request the extent of discovery they are seeking. A New York Times spokesperson addresses the latest update in a statement to E! News, saying, quote, "We appreciate the court's decision today, which recognizes the important First Amendment values at stake here. The court has stopped Mr. Baldoni from burdening the Times with discovery requests in a case that should never have been brought again."
Some industry insiders claim that Justin Baldoni initially approached Blake Lively for a role in one of his directorial ventures, but the collaboration reportedly fell apart due to creative differences. Was this the first crack in their relationship? It's impossible to know for sure. What is clear, however, is that their professional relationship appeared to deteriorate over time, eventually escalating into the high-stakes courtroom battle that now has Hollywood in a chokehold.
Baldoni had Lively's medical information, including, quote, profound mental health issues, as well as details about her children, the locations of private residences, and, quote, personal and intimate conversations with third parties. And Gavrnsky argued that while these conversations might have, quote, marginal relevance to the case, their, quote, PR will be high if leaked. And she cited Baldoni's alleged connections to individuals who, quote, will do anything and hate Miss Lively, claiming he was operating on an unlimited budget and had, quote, committed $100 million to ruin the lives of Miss Lively and her family. This seems to be in reference to another one of the defendants in this case, Steve Sarowitz, who allegedly pledged at one point that he would spend $100 million to ruin the lives of Miss.
But here's where the story takes an even more intriguing turn. Taylor Swift has now been pulled into the drama. Judge Liz reportedly ruled that Swift may possess evidence relevant to the case, potentially making her a material witness. While it remains unclear what Swift actually knows, sources speculate that her close friendship with Blake Lively could have given her insight into key behind-the-scenes events. Given Swift's well-documented history of speaking out against industry power imbalances and manipulation, her potential involvement adds an entirely new layer to an already explosive legal battle, one that could significantly shift both the narrative and public perception as the case unfolds.
Lively.
Purposes of example as a C-list actor, someone who was best known for his role in Jane the Virgin, which most people haven't even seen or heard of. In fact, before this lawsuit, many people did not even know who Justin Baldoni was because he is not at the level of Blake Lively and her very famous husband, Ryan Reynolds. So Baldoni buys the rights to this movie and starts producing the movie. And as we know, as things unfold, Blake Lively accuses him of doing all kinds of things. And as a response, Justin Baldoni and his team will come back and say, not only did we not do those things, but Blake Lively is the one that's complicit here. Blake Lively is the one that tried to steal this whole entire production out.
With allegations flying, courtroom bombshells dropping, and unexpected witnesses stepping into the spotlight, This trial is shaping up to be one of Hollywood's most shocking legal battles yet. Talk about the aftermath. Since that courtroom moment went viral, celebrities and fans alike have been weighing in. Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively's husband, was quick to address the buzz in his signature humorous style. When asked about the so-called smirk controversy, he reportedly joked, "Blake smirking? Impossible. She's an angel. Case closed." Chrissy Teigen also chimed in on social media, writing that smirking in court is legendary, and joking that she aspires to that level of confidence. On the other hand, some public figures have expressed support for Justin Baldoni. Gabrielle Union posted on Instagram, "We don't know the full story. Let's not be so quick to judge." The mixed reactions highlight just how divided public opinion has become, and how this case continues to spark debate far beyond the courtroom.
DV issues, like major drama, it's not just like a happy movie or a happy book. It shouldn't be. Is that what the issue is? What could have...
Clearly, Hollywood is divided, and the media isn't letting this story go anytime soon. Hashtags like #BlakeSmirk and #JusticeForJustin have been trending non-stop, proving once again that nothing fuels Hollywood gossip quite like a high-profile courtroom clash. But beyond the headlines and viral moments lies a much bigger question. What does this entire situation reveal about Hollywood's inner workings, its power dynamics, public narratives, and the way reputations can rise or unravel in real time?
We're gonna, maybe Blake was gonna take some time out of her socializing with Taylor Swift to have this business meeting. But the problem is that when Baldoni arrived, Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds didn't just go to the other room, didn't, leave the two of them, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, alone so that they could just...
We've seen powerful Hollywood names get tangled in lawsuits, scandals, and public fallouts. The pressure to maintain a flawless public image is immense, and even a single misstep can make, or break, a career. Just look at recent controversies involving actors like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, or Shia LaBeouf's legal battles.
FAC gives the New York Times adequate notice of the claims.
Both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are now navigating uncharted waters. What happens next could determine whether this scandal fades into the background, or becomes a defining moment in their careers. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Was Blake Lively's courtroom smirk justified, or was it unnecessary? Is Justin Baldoni being treated unfairly, or does he deserve the criticism? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss another celebrity deep dive.